Hi guys, I'm Brittany Smith. I'm a consultant with Usborne Books and More. I just wanted to hop on here and show you guys some awesome books that my mom uses for homeschooling to teach my younger siblings. Because I know a lot of people are homeschooling these days, so I wanted to show you some awesome books that you can use that could help with homeschooling. So the first one I have is Atoms and Molecules. It's a See Inside book, which is super cool. So throughout the book, there's just a bunch of different flaps that you can lift up and look under. It'll give you some information, and then there's just a bunch of different ones on every page. So every single page has the lift the flap books. So she also has a look inside space. So it's also another look inside book with the flaps. You can see here all the different flaps on them. In this one, you know, the sun, it has 4 different flaps on 4 different parts. See, so just a bunch of different flaps. So look insides are super cool. All these books, they're great for keeping the readers engaged, and it just makes learning fun for them. So another one that kind of goes with this space, she has Dr. Maggie's Grand Tour of the Solar System. So you just go through, and this one's a map of it. It talks about the sun, and it talks about each planet. So it has Mercury, and it has Mars. It's just got all the planets, and it goes through them all. She doesn't have this one, but there's also a fold-out solar system book that we have with Usborne. You can fold out, and it'll show you the whole solar system. So that one's awesome, pretty cool. So she also has the periodic table. This one's a lift the flap, just like the See Insides. So as you can see, it has a bunch of flaps that you can lift up and look under for information. Again, just a bunch of different flaps all over the pages, just everywhere. Just makes learning fun. She also has a lift the flap fractions and decimals. So as you can see, we have a little bit of book for everything. We have science, we have math, we have history, we have English, we have it all. So again, these are lift the flaps for fractions and decimals. So great for helping them learn fractions and decimals. Okay, she also has state capitals. So it just goes over all the states and gives you a little bit of information about each state. This one tells you the population, the state flower, the state animals. It has a key on the side that shows you how to read a key of a map. It tells you the capital and how it was found, and just all the information about each state. So that's a good one. So she also has Seas and Oceans. This one's a look inside, and there's a few other books we have on seas and oceans as well. Yeah, so my little sister, she loves this book. My mom homeschools her, and this one's one of her favorites. And it just has a bunch of lift the flaps in it. It's also a fold out, so like that solar system fold out I was talking about. And again, it has just a bunch of with the flaps with a bunch of information. So that one's pretty cool. So she also has Science in the Kitchen. So it just gives a bunch of different experiments to do in the kitchen. This one's about freezing and melting. There's one about sour things and how things taste on your tongue, and just taste tests, and just a bunch of different things. So it's awesome. It just gives you different science experiments to do in the kitchen. My sister also really likes this one. They're fun to do. A great one is this illustrated dictionary. We have a bunch of different dictionaries. There's a body dictionary, there's a science dictionary, there's also encyclopedias. So these are also great, and for them writing stories. So you can have them look up a word every day so they learn new words, and then you can have them use these to write stories. and they can just find different words and what they are, and it has pictures that go with it. It just makes it a little bit more fun for them, because you know dictionaries are pretty boring. They're not that fun. So those are great, and we have a bunch of different dictionaries and encyclopedias as well. Okay, so she also has a grammar and punctuation book, another lift the flap. So you just go through and you lift the flaps on these, and it just teaches them grammar and punctuation. And then it also has it to where you put, it has silly sentence makers, and you make a sentence out of what you learn. So that's pretty cool. And it goes over conjunctions and sentences and adverbs and prepositions and verbs and nouns. So this is a great book for grammar and punctuation. Another great selling book are these wipe clean books. There's a tons of different ones. We even have ones for holidays. So there's Christmas and Halloween, and there's animal ones. There's a lot of dot to dots. You can trace the dots. There's a lot of drawing where you draw the animals yourself, but there's also a lot that are great for schooling. So this one, she has Get Ready for School, ABC and 1, 2, 3. She also has the alphabet. So there's some on capital letters and lowercase letters, and you just go through and you can trace the letters and then trace some of the animals or things that start with that letter. So she also has Wipe Clean 1, 2, 3. So I can give you a little bit of an example. So you can see all of them have dots for you to trace. So this one has, this is a 6. Yeah, thank you. And you just trace it over the dots. I'm doing this backwards. But you just trace over the dots to make a 6. Oh, that's funny. And then you can trace over some of the leaves on the page and some of the stars. They all have dots. And then actually these have 1, 2, 3s in them. So you could trace 1, 2, and every page has a new number. And then you just wipe it off, erase it. Ooh. You just erase it, and then you can reuse it. So that's great for when they're learning it. They can keep reusing this. And again, there's tons of different ones. There's great for activities. It's not just 1, 2, 3s and ABCs. There's also dot to dots, tracing, drawing your own animals. I think there's like an architecture one where you can draw your own building. So those are really cool, and they do sell out like really, really fast. So those are great for homeschooling. And then for the older kids, we have a bunch of chapter books. The Shine series is really great. There's 4 books in this series. There's tons of other series. But yes, they're just some great chapter books for some older readers for when they get into reading. We also have a reading library. It comes with a complete set and different levels for helping your child learn how to read. So the first level, it'll give them like some sounds and then some words, and then at the end you can kind of put sentences together, and then it'll have all the way up to level 7, and then they can start reading and putting words together. So it's the reading library. It's a whole complete set, and those are great for teaching them how to read. It's a really good one. It just came back in stock because it's really popular, so it does go out fast. This is one of our illustrated original stories. This one's The Wizard of Oz. If you have a reluctant reader, these are great. All the illustrated stories are great for a reluctant reader. My mom's currently reading this book with my sisters, and then they're going to watch the movie after they finish reading the book. But we have The Wizard of Oz, we have Alice in Wonderland, we have a bunch of different ones. So the illustrated stories are great, so much fun, and great for a reluctant reader. And there's tons of other homeschooling books. So in the nonfiction section, you just click on nonfiction, and then it'll have like beginners and all that different sections in science and math. And there's tons of other books. These are just some that she has, and she's also in the process of ordering some more. So it's great for homeschooling. She loves it. She uses them with my siblings, and it really helps them learn because it just makes it fun. So it's interesting, and they actually want to learn it. But if you go to the nonfiction section, there's plenty of options to choose from. So yes, there's great options for homeschooling. If you have any questions or need any recommendations, if you need something for a specific topic on homeschooling, you can message me, ask me questions anytime. I can send you some recommendations, some of the best selling books, some books that my mom loves to use for homeschooling, and just all different kinds, and it'll send you directly to where you need to go. So yes, that's all I have for homeschooling. There's tons of other books online, but those were just some examples. We have math, English and language, history, science. We have it all. Great for homeschooling.